Around 11 a.m., slack-limbed and sighing on the toilet seat, eyes closed, Javed heard a rap on the bathroom door. He opened his eyes to the broken first flood of daylight. It was typical of the cook, these days Javed's only house help, to disturb his delicate morning routine. "Yes?" Javed said, his voice neutral, as if speaking across a glass door in an office. "A Godi madam is at the front door," the cook mumbled. As his fingers unclenched from the Muslim shower he was holding, Javed gulped back his sleeping breath. He'd gone to bed at 5 a.m. after recording a special report on the state of Pakistani democracy in his studio at Jeet TV. "Show her to the drawing room. Use your common sense. And don't disturb me in the party next time." Javed had become even more of a workhorse 6 months before, after a raw and, he thought, unnecessary divorce. He peeled the nightshirt off his chest and let it fall to the floor. He looked in the mirror and breathed deliberately. Once, and twice, 3 times, 4 times. These days, a little meditation went a long bloody way. He brushed his teeth and walked back to his swampy bedroom. The bedsheets were soft with humidity. Javed threw on a clean kameez over his shalwar and sprayed isi miyaki on his neck. As he walked into the drawing room, Javed smiled to buoy his own confidence. "Aha! How nice to see you!" The good thing about being a television personality was that even in his gloomiest moments, he could transform his mood at a moment's notice. Tone of voice, steadiness of gaze, the spring in his smile. These aspects of himself now operated without effort, with the cold autonomy of need. Marianne Armand, an economic officer at the American Embassy, had set foot in his house for the first time. But he knew her. He knew she lived in a house across his street. He'd seen her jogging in the neighborhood several times, a police officer always sprinting behind her. "Sorry to have barged in," said Marianne, a pale hand raised as if testing for rain. "I figured you'd be home today." She was wearing brown linen trousers and a black t-shirt. She had clear green eyes, and Javed saw that she was almost as tall as he was. Her eyebrows were so sparse, light bounced off them. She sat down on his plastic-covered sofa. "Do you have time to chat?" she asked. "Absolutely," Javed smiled, sitting on the sofa in front of her. "There's an insect on your knee." "I'm having a party at my house tomorrow." "Go on," she said. She swept a hand into her hair with the studied patience of a foreign dignitary. Then she cupped the beetle in her palm, set it on the floor. "Would you like something to drink?" asked Javed. "Oh, it appears your drinking pipes are leaking. My staff noticed the leak. You might want to get that checked." "I have bottled water. I'll bring you a fresh bottle." To his relief, he found 2 small bottles of Nestlé in the fridge. He grabbed a clean glass from the cabinet and brought the items to Marianne on a tray. He removed the cap in front of her. "That's very kind of you," she said. She took a sip from the bottle and placed it between her feet. "That's very kind of you." People in Pakistan had stopped uttering statements such as, "That's very kind of you." No one said, "That's very kind of you," when you brought them water. The utterance reminded Javed of the photos he'd seen of Marianne at the launches of restaurants, boutiques, movie premieres, and inaugurations. In each photo, she had a "That's very kind of you" air about her. Eyes beaming with apology, face bashful with delight. That people invited her to cultivate proximity was obvious enough. Marianne Armand could always help in the facilitation of a visa. But they also jostled around her to inhale the sauce of her pristine foreignness, her teasing jokes, her voluminous brown hair that shone brassy in the Islamabad sun.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.